Hello everyone from Ukraine. Today is Independence Day of Ukraine. I drove to our central square and while you look at the destroyed vehicles of Russia, I will try to answer common questions. New business. Oh, wrong way. Вы на выставку, да? А я тоже на выставку. Хочу посмотреть.
Просто его так подпер, я понял, что он не выйдет.
In Kyiv, it seems life has not changed. Many people have heard that in Russia the population of people support the war. Why did it happen so? Let me try to tell the root of the problem. We know that Putin came to power 20 years ago. We can say this is a person from counterintelligence. This is a person who don't know the principles of economics. Therefore, from the beginning, his entire management was based on dictatorship. All those years, independent media have been destroyed. It makes no sense to develop technologies and build new factories if you have a lot of resources such as gas and oil. This is enough to support the army and police. Everything else doesn't matter. It is difficult for us who live in democratic countries, to understand how dictatorship can be allowed. Is not possible to go into the street for protest. Some people were able and went out into the street for disagree. However, out of 1,000, it's enough to grab 10 people. They can be beaten, they can be imprisoned to the jail, they can be completely disappear. Since the press is under the control of a dictator, you can't find out immediately. On TV you only know that the protest was illegal and many people were beaten. I remind you that the only well-paid job in Russia are the police and the army. And after some time no one wants to protest. Furthermore, if you want to say disagree in social page like YouTube or Facebook, you may also be fined. Your bank accounts will be frozen. The last crumbs of democracy were destroyed in Russia. We didn't a lot of attention to that. I still hear expression from many who live abroad. We are not interested in politics. I don't go to the polls. It's none of my business. Unfortunately, many people lived like this in Ukraine. Now we see the consequences. Fortunately, Ukraine had independent media. We had several revolutions and we were able to direct the country towards democracy. Of course, their neighbor didn't like it. For Putin, this is a big risk to watch how Ukraine built democracy. The attack failed. Putin was overconfident. The fact is, when you are a dictator, you surround yourself with people who only tell you what you like. I guess this is the main reason for the failure. The second main reason is that for 30 years the Ukrainian nation has grown up strong patriots. The offensive was stopped by incredible efforts. The ratio of forces was 1 to 20. For one Ukrainian shot, Russia could do 20. Russia has been using tanks that is accumulated on its territory more than 50 years. I don't have exact data, but at the time start of attack, Russia had 10,000 tanks. Nearly 2,000 have been destroyed, so Russia still has a lot of power. Now we are completely dependent on partner countries. We are incredibly grateful for this support. Sometimes I hear that sanctions are supposed to stop the war. Yes, many officials have been sanctioned. But you have to understand, those officials have everything thanks to Putin. They really lost deposits abroad, but they can still live well in Russia. And if they try to object to Putin, they will lose everything, and maybe even their lives. Therefore, personal sanctions cannot stop the war. The Russian economy is 90% dependent on energy resources. This is still well paid by Europe. The closure of several enterprises in Russia has almost no effect on the lives of Russians. At least they don't feel it at all. Since the salary in Russia is not high in small towns, it is about $500. Now Russia is promising the soldier more than $2,000 a month. It's really big money for many people in Russia. Thanks to weapons of America and other countries, Ukraine stopped the aggressor, but we still have long days of war ahead of us. To all who support us, never let your government do what Putin did with Russian people and his country. Thank you for watching and stand with Ukraine.